Freshman year, Adam Cordell, the seniors didn't know who he was, so then out of the blue they called him Dale, just because. So then, for some reason, the whole freshman class, which is us seniors now, were called Dale, which was just weird. We didn't have a name, we were unidentified, we were just simply Dale, and it was actually quite funny, but I guess after the seniors left, we haven't been called Dale since, but that was just a funny story from freshman year.
I got the nickname Turley in 8th grade, no, 7th grade, because I look like a guy.
You don't look like a guy.
Well,
you don't look like a guy. You are very womanly and boisterous. It's
Here's the story.
Okay, there's some vocab for you,
Gavin Meyer and I were, we were boisterous. Gavin Meyer and I, we're thinking, we're looking at Turley, and then we were mentioning the longest yard, and we're like, if we shaved Turley, and shaved her head and mixed her up a little bit.
Oh my god!
Hey, yeah, I'm
just.
Not appropriate. It is definitely appropriate. We said she'd look like one of the people on there, and it was just kind of funny.
Yeah, this big guy that actually looked up. He was a WWE wrestler or something along that line. He has long hair. Yeah.
Presence. That's what that means.
He liked to bash his head up against a wall until he was bleeding, and he would play ping pong by himself.
I play ping pong by myself. There's nothing wrong with that.
While he's handcuffed to the table. I don't think you often play ping pong by yourself with handcuffs.
It's just a small thing, and we at 7th and 8th graders, we were all immature, and we just tried to entertain ourselves.
And somehow it stuck.
What do you expect from us?
Well, I'm flipping through the yearbook again, and we have senior VIPs, and I'm looking at some of these people that we haven't mentioned, so we'll get them in there by their VIPs. We have Most Confused, Rosie Lemire, and Jim Nelson.
We'll talk about Jimmy a little later.
Jimmy, well, Jimmy is very confused most of the time, and he's just very curious also. He likes to ask a lot of questions to clarify. Rosie is, I mean, it really kind of speaks for itself. They're just pretty confused sometimes.
Yeah, but they're the nicest people.
They are very nice. Jimmy is so sweet, and he's very hardworking. Most likely to succeed was Diana Olson and Jake Lee. Jake Lee is one of the just off the top most. He's pretty much genius. I mean, he will probably laugh if he's listening to this because we're saying that, but he's very, very intelligent, and I think he knows just about everything, even stuff you don't need to know, but he shares it. But he is going to go far.
I remember Jake when we were in elementary school, early middle school. Jake was obsessed with dinosaurs. He would go outside and he would pretend he would be a dinosaur, running around and pretending to eat other dinosaurs, and like thrash his head around and just like claw things.
He got kids to join in with him at the playground, and he eventually got his lunch table to stop eating their lunch with their hands, and they would just go at it with their mouths, and it was one of the funniest things ever to look back on. But Jake really loved dinosaurs.
He would make dinosaurs out of anything he would find around the house, like wire or just anything. He would just make dinosaurs.
Speaking of dinosaurs, like one thing I remember from like elementary school, we did these like paleontology things, like where you'd get like a board or something, and it would be covered like in clay or something, and you'd have to dig out your dinosaur with like paleontologist brushes.
What class was this?
You don't remember this?
No! Pellets once.
And I think it was an art class with Mrs. LePage, maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
I'm jealous.
You just wiped it away and found your dinosaur. I got a Stegosaurus, and I was happy with that one because I liked Stegosaurus when I was young.
He wanted a T-Rex.
Well, everyone a T-Rex, so I had Stegosaurus.
I remember in kindergarten when we did the eggs, and we had to make a dinosaur egg out of, like, we took a balloon and then you paper mache it, and then one day you came to school and egg hatched, and out of this big egg came a dinosaur that was about the size of your thumb. I was disappointed because I thought they were real dinosaur eggs, so I was expecting a little dinosaur as a new pet. Yep, that failed.
That failed.
Yeah, it didn't quite work out so much.
Well, for some more VIPs here, we have Class Clown is Gavin Meyer, which explains all of the nicknames that he's given people. I think he was responsible for Turley.
Yep.
And Brent is called Beanie. he has a nickname for everybody and multiple. He just makes them up as he goes.
In 8th grade, actually, I had very many nicknames, and that was Gavin, basically. But we counted one day, and I had 52 nicknames, and they weren't like sticking nicknames, but they just they thought of just random nicknames they'd give you, which was very weird, but just kind of interesting. It was all probably because of Gavin.
Mm-hmm. And Brooke Harmon is the other class clown, and she always, and I mean always, has a humorous interjection and a story to tell, and she really, really can lighten spirits with her funny stories and her tall tales sometimes.
One thing I remember this year in high school, I think it was this year, her and Emily Swenson sometimes go at it, but Brooke one time was walking down the hall with a garbage can, and then she decided to stick the garbage can on Emily Swenson's head, which was quite comical, and I saw it all. It was very funny.
Yeah, it's all in good faith. Gavin Meyer's quote I would like to read that he chose that just kind of reflects his personality. Life is uncertain. Always eat dessert first. And that would be Gavin's philosophy in life, pretty much.
I like that quote.
It's nice. Some other VIPs are Laisa Miller and Dylan Franklin, and people in our class know already what they're for, but funniest laugh. Laisa Miller was on a biology trip once, and they were taking bat surveys for the DNR, and apparently her laugh is supersonic because files showed up for the DNR to look through. So, and I think now we're gonna go to a music break.
It's Savior by Rise Against.
Nice job, guys. Are you having fun?
Yeah!
Yes, we're having a lot of fun.
The nerves are kind of leaving now, and it's just more conversation.
Stories.
Can you
my mom and my grandma calls me. I'm sure she wants me to say something. My dad's like, a request from your mom? He doesn't understand what got it. My little brother wants
Nice. Sounds good.
Okay, we need to do an ad.